Okay, again, just for the information, all recordings are in the shared drive, finance Y drive, go to Y drive, then corporate accounting, then process document, and in the end, SAP recording. So you will find all the recording here, and we are discussing 004, GM004 and 002 combined. So yesterday we did, and some part is remaining, so we'll do today. So, and again, the user IDs and password are there in the same folder. You can, you have to select this 31 series server to access user's name in column B, password in column C with the names as well. Okay, so we have this thing. So today we are going to do pass through first, then report. So pass through is like if from the ministry we receive, or from any other hospital organization we receive, for example, 100,000. 60 we are going to consume, 40 we are just passing through to another organization or hospital for that specific area. So this is how that main receiver are us. We receive 100,000, and on partially we just transfer it to some other organization or hospital for specific area. So this is the concept of pass through. And so for this, again, the basic one, we should have BP. So we will use the, or the previous one, the yesterday what we made ending with 534. Let's see, it's MOH. So main thing about this before starting, that it should have, you have to go there in sponsor and go to grant basic data. So this grant type should be attached, internal and external, because in pass through we should have internal one. So this you have to make sure, otherwise you will get error. So you have to come back, find your BP, then select sponsor and come here, grant basic data, and select if it allows, like it is gray out right now, you can just click this thing. It will allow you to add more grant type if you want, and validity period as well. So simple. So we have these two, external and internal. So we are good for that. So now we have to create funds. So to create a funds, the T code is FM5I. So again, we have to create one external and one internal fund. Again, this is mandatory thing. So fund, the convention we are using, like 6 is for the external funds and 4 is for the internal fund. And in the end, we mentioned the BP number. So like in our case, we can make like 6003, because 2 I already made yesterday. So, and our BP number is 203. So like from this business partner or sponsor, we already received two funding. So that's why we just use 001 for first one, 02 for second, and third one is this. And we can make a, is there any possibility to make a reference for this thing? Okay, let me show you. Emerge funding for, we can write that external, and that's for pass. Oh, it allow me to write pass through. Validity, accordingly you can write it. So for simplicity, I just make it. This thing you have to mention, because from there the system know that whether it's external or internal. So we select external here, and customer, the BP number we can attach with this as well. That's it. So save it. So now you have to create one more for the internal funding. So again, the convention for, let's see, allow me to write. Yes. So convention is same 4003 and the business partner number, press enter. Okay. 4003 and business partner number is 203534. So in our case, we can write internal. Okay, valid from there. And it's internal 203. So write it down somewhere so that you can attach with this one. Okay, so we have this thing. This is the master data. You can say that now we are going to the grant manager. So for the grant management, you have to use GM grant. Okay, we can copy it from if we have any other grant, so we can copy it easy for us. Because we did this yesterday in detail 2 or 3 times, so that's why I'm just quickly doing this thing. Copying from this, that's it. Okay, so sponsor automatically picked. This is our same sponsor we have from first. Just to make it simple, today's funding. I don't remember funding. I think it's 555 we use. Okay, we make a grant for today. Yeah. But sometimes it gives some error, so you can change it according to your requirement. So dates are there, 100,000 this, in our example, 60,000 will use and 40,000 will pass through. Description you can write. ABC is all like level 4, tolerance for is 80%. Reference we are skipping, responsibility nothing to change. Posting if we want to block, we can block from here. Budget is we have to activate this budget thing. So for activating, you have to click this thing and make select a award status. Okay, so billing, that's it. I think. Yeah, here we have to change the newly created fund. So we are removing this one. And same thing. And it's nothing to do with this thing because it's related to IDC, so we are not. Program type is 4200 generic. Sponsor class, same in our example, we are just taking 2 expense class and 1 revenue. So we'll add budget in these 2 and like for the care, we'll we'll see that. Okay. And nothing else. No changes we need to do. No rule we have to select because it's not related to IDC. And if something is missing when we validate, it will give error or warning for us. So no error. Okay, so we are going to save it. Copy this thing for your reference. Okay, now we have to create IO because to enter budget we must have IO. So let's go to KO01. We are just using any previous one to save time. So pass through is our T8, I think. 02945, yes. So all things are there. Grant, you have to just change it. And the funds as well. So only these changes you need to do while copying it and nothing in the other tabs. So save it. So we have 1428. Just copy this IO as well. Okay, now the next step is to transfer from controlling to FM modules, FMMD auto. You have to go to funded programs, select this thing. Run is there. You can select this. It's green, means it is available to transfer. Unmarked, transfer it. Now go back to the budget screen. So now we are entering a budget in the main grant that we are receiving 100,000 from Emerge in our example. So 458 is our. Okay, so this I will show you later on. First, I have to enter the budget, then I will show this thing. And 458 is the. So you have to see this thing like for the normal budget, this G1 is there, and I think for G1 is there, but when we are entering for the pass-through, there's only one option available, G3 at that time. So we'll see that. So for right now, it's G1 here. And either you can press continue or enter button. It will open the GM and FM part. So above one is for the GM related, and for the lower one is for the FM related. So we first enter in the FM. So we have two sponsor classes, care and audit. So we receive in our example 40,000 for the care. Simplicity, we just enter the budget in for the first year. And again, you have to enter the default values on center. Functional area is NR and IO, you have to mention it. So if you forgot to run this FMD auto, you will receive error. So if you receive error, so because of this funded program was not available. Okay, 40,000 for the care for year 2027. And for second line, for the audit, we receive 60,000. Select this and press enter. Scroll down, you can write 60,000. And again, the default values of FM. Okay. So we have enter for FM part. We can see it here as well. If we press show all, 60,000 is there. because of screen it is not showing. Okay, so now we have to transfer to the into the GM portion. So one by one, let's see, 40,000 we transfer it. 60 is already there. Okay, that's great. 40 and 60 both are there. So 100,000 is transferred from FM to GM module. So we have entered the budget successfully. Save it, post it. So this document number, just copy it for the reference purpose. So we can use it for if we want to reverse it or change it, we can use this thing. Just writing down the number for the, this is what. So while we are here, okay, I'll do this. I just want to show you how to reverse it. We'll do some other example with it. Okay, this is done. So we have added the budget in the main grant, what we receive from MOH in our example, 100,000. So now we have to pass through to the some other organization or hospital. So we can go back to the grant, GM grant thing. This is our main grant. We can check from here as well that 100,000 is available, 40,000 for the care and 60,000 for the audit fees. So in our example, this 40,000 we are transferring to some other organization. So go back. You can copy this and create a new one. So in this, you can see that the funds and program, you have two, internal and external. But for the pass-through, you need only one, internal funds. So when we copied it, system will automatically exclude this 6 series. So just make this one. So you also figure out, like yesterday we made some of the grants that were starting with 5. This one is 1. So it's depend on the grant type. If it is external, it picks cities 1. If we select research, it's select with I think it start with 5. No, with 3. So if we select research, the number range start with 3. For pass through, it's always be a 5. So when we select, okay, so if we want to change anything, yeah, we have to change the amount. So press enter. So you can see that the sponsor is gray out because in this case it's pass through, so there is no sponsor, but we are just transfer it. So this is again for the information purpose, but we can write it like this because this is what we are passing through for 40,000. And other things remain same, only budget. We have to again change the status, make a reward. And funds only, we have internal funds, although we copied both, but only because this is the requirement. So this internal fund is there and sponsor classes both are there. All sponsor classes are copied, 1 revenue and 2 expense. So now the different part in pass-through is we have to make a relationship with the main grant. This is our main grant. So I'm here. Okay, no map. I think first we have to save it. Do you want to cancel processing? Yes. I want to go back. Okay, let's see while we are here, anything come? Yeah. So you can see that this is the test sponsor. So there's some other information, but right now we want to go back. Let's see it allow us or not. No, it doesn't. So we can again go back. So it is not saved it. We can check whether it is saved or not. This is our main grant. Okay. And we can check with the object mapper. No, it is not saved. The previous one is not. So we can make it again. Copy. And grant type you have to. So we started again all the stuff to make a pass-through grant. So name we can write MOH pass-through grant. Grantee you can write. Okay, for grantee we can change it like 40,000. So this remains same, nothing has changed, only budget. And program is there, sponsor class three are there. So save it. So just for the reference, write down this thing. Okay, so we have to now, let's say either edit or object mapper. Let's see whether it allows us directly. Yes, it allows. So this is outgoing. Like for it is the system is viewing at the point of the point of view of the main grant. So our main grant is incoming. We are receiving from this. So we mentioned the main grant number here. And it is outgoing, it is passing through to this grant. So simply like this, enter it. And I think with edit button. Yes. So these are all the sponsor classes in outgoing grant. The main grant we have, it make a combination with the two funds, internal and external. You can see that. And this is revenue portion. So revenue portion is with the internal and external, same with the care. Internal fund and external fund, and lastly audit same with internal. So and if you see the outgoing grant, the sub grantee, it has only with the internal funds because we are internally transferring to the sub grantee. So for this it has only 4 series fund. So what we'll do, we just make a combination with revenue with internal with external one of the main grant. Same thing with the expense. So in our case, okay, one by one we have to do this. Okay. So for the revenue, this thing we make a combination. So simply we do it like this, it will come out. And for the care, in our example, we are not considering all the 100,000 budget, but only the portion 40,000. So we just make a care thing, make a relation with care thing 4 series with the 6 series. So sponsor class is same, only the fund is 6 and 4 here. So we make a, so that's it. We just save it. Object mapping is saved. We can go back and we can always check whether it is, yeah, it is connected. Same thing should be seeing in the main grant as well. So now we have to transfer the funds. To transfer the funds, the T code is again the same, GM grant. So basically the two additional step, first you have to map it, and second step is to transfer funds from or budget from main grant to sub grantee. So process is now in our case is pass through transfer. Main grant you have to select. So our main grant is this document type. We have only one document type, in that case G3 that I was telling you. So just press enter or continue button. Okay, so here you can see the main difference. You can also see plus minus signs are there. So what we are doing, we are taking from the main grant, okay, and transferring it to the pass-through grant. And with the funds, you can also see that funds are with 6 series has minus because from main grant we take minus 4. So this will automatically populate it. From here we have to check the bottom part. So care, you will see that, let's see. So we have care, let's see. So 6 series mean that it is main grant. Main grant number is also visible here, 1024458. Main grant is this. So it has with minus sign, and because we have 3 years budgeting period, so that's why it is mentioning 3 years. So if we go to the line 20, press enter. Now we have sub grant or pass-through grant 5 series, internal fund, and same combination with 3 different years, 27, 28, 23. It's this thing. So this is for most probably for the revenue. First with the main grant, and with the main grant, and the last one is for the pass-through grant. So as we are not transferring anything for the revenue, so this portion is not, and because of the screen limitation, I cannot show if, but if you have a bigger screen, you just select this one. So you can see all these types in one go, like this thing. Okay, so what we are just enter 40,000 in the main grant we received these funds. So we are just transferring 1,000 from main grant to the sub grantee. So minus sign is already there. So we can write 40,000 or partial amount as well. You can write, yeah, 40,000. And again, I will write. So it is going out from there, minus sign, and the pass-through grant will receive 40,000. So same thing, we can write it here as well. So with the sign, you can easily identify it is deducting from here and adding here. Default values, we have to enter it. Fund center. Function area, we know that is NR, not relevant. And IO is same for us. Same for both cases. That's it. And there's last column for text as well. If you want to add something, you can add in something, you can write it. It's a free text thing. You can add. So this is what we did. As in our example, we receive 100,000, but we just want to pass through 40,000. So that's why we just map only one of the sponsor class. And that's why we are just transferring only related to that budget, that specific class. So simply when you do this, press this button. So it will be auto populated at the top. So 40,000 is there. It is taken out from the main grant and transferring it to pass-through grant. So that is there. Just simply validate this thing and post. Has been posted successfully. Okay. So copy this for the reference purpose. Okay, so there are different reports. First of all, we can see the GM grant report, how it's the easiest way to see the budget details. So this is our main grant. You can see budget overview. Now it is 60,000, before it is 100,000. So you can see that in care there's zero amount because this one is transferred. And if you go back and select this pass-through grant, 5 series grant, you can come here. It has 40,000 with only one sponsor class 40,000. So, and there's another standard report which is specifically for the pass-through grant. So just see the main grant. So it has different view. Like if we select with and without this thing, we can see that. So now it is without this thing, pass-through consolidation. So let's see. So it shows only 60,000. That this is what we have currently. So, but if you want to see or you have to present the reporting on the purpose that how much we receive initially, so you have to collect this thing, this consolidate the amount, the sub uh, pass-through grant as well. So select this thing now, you will have 100,000. So this is, you can say that there are two versions. If you want to see a consolidated view, you have to select this thing. So now you can show to the management that this is what we receive, 40,000, 60,000. But if you want to see exactly how much you have, you just unmark this thing, uncheck, and run this report. So in this, you will see the, you can still see the class, but budget will not be there. So this report is quite handy, and there's other reports as well, standard reports. So, but this is specifically for the pass-through. Okay, so this is for the pass-through thing. Now we are just, so pass-through is done. Okay, so reports will go one by one. As we are here, we'll do this thing, the grant thing. Like if you want to change a grant, how we'll do this thing. So let's see. So not the grant, the budget. If you want to change any grant, so there's a T code GM modifier. So let's see. So first of all, we have to add budget. I have one grant slash N GM grant. If I write this, so there's no budget in that. So first we add this budget, then we just check how to reverse this thing. So for this, we have to go to the GM. First of all, we have to create the budget. Enter, and our budget is this document type G1. Press enter or continue button. So we have two lines again. Press show all. So in care, we can enter like 400. And for audit, so we enter like 600. So you can see that this is for the year 26 to 27. And yes, first. Okay, but the IO, we have to create the IO before that. Slash OKO01. So it is for the, so now what we are doing, we just want to enter a budget, new budget, and then we'll see how to reverse it or make changes. So that's why just creating the budget. So for budget, I need IO type. So that's why I'm just creating an IO. So it is related to this grant. One, it's fine to have this one. So main thing is that it is linked to this proper grant and does not entry section. fund for, let's see, can we use some other fund? I don't think so. It will restrict. Let's see if we use some other. No, it will not allow us to. Then we'll work on this thing, the one we made it for pass-through. It will take time, so we go back. The one we use it for the pass-through. So we have 60,000, I believe, in that. So before going, so we have 60,000 in audit fee. So let's start. Let's do some testing on this thing. So we have 60,000 for this specific one. And now we have to change it. Okay, so yeah, the D code is different for this /n modify report. Okay, so we have to enter the create with the reference. Okay, so just we'll do some. We have the number as well or not? Okay, with the grant. Okay, search with the grant. Let's see what we have. 581 we have when we receive it and 582 when we pass through it. So if we go with this, so it will show us the main document or entry when we made it, when we receive it. You can see that 100,000 at the initial state we received 40,000 and 60,000 from MO. So with this document we put the reference. So what we are doing now that with the reference we are just copying it or adding a more budget in there. So we just simply put the amount, put the document number, or with the grant. So with the search, it brought this data that this with this document you already entered this thing. So with the reference, I select with the create with the reference means that with the reference you can copy it like when we copy any IO or grant. So same thing I did with the budget. So I just copied with the reference of document number. So this is the one. So if I post it, so we have 40,000 already in the system. So now we will have 100 plus 40,000. So let's see what will happen. Document is posted. We can copy this number ending with 583. So this one is added one. And if we go to /n grant and search the same grant and check the budget. So you can see that with the reference it is added. So this is how we add this thing because 40,000 we already transferred to the through pass through. So it was 0 at that time, but when we add it, so again 40,000 is added and 60 plus 60 is 120. So this is how you can add with the reference or you copied it. And if you want to reverse it, same thing. Let's see. Modify budget. Okay, so T code is GM modify budget. So in modify, you cannot do anything more other than that you can add or change the description. That's it. You cannot do anything. So it's kind of not very beneficial T code for this thing, but you can add this thing. So when it is mentioned that modifier sounds like you can change the numbers, but you cannot. So either you can reverse it totally or that's it. So you cannot change line by line, like it is same like the document number. Like if any GL document we have posted, which has 2, 3 lines, you only what you can do is to reverse the whole document, not any single line. So this is, but in this T code, you can change the description or text figure here, wherever is the text figure here, and at the bottom, you can only change this thing. Yes. So like in our case, we just add it with the reference. This is the document number. So this is what we added. We, let's see. Let's see, you can do with the same TT code. So we are there with the reference. Interesting. Yeah. So I press the reverse button. So now the amounts are in negative sign. So whole document will be reverse if you want. Like 100,000 the negative amount, 40,000 with this. If we post it, this the one we added with 100,000, it will be reversed. So with any other template in the SAP, you can just same procedures that for the return, supplement, transfer. Supplement is when you want to add something in the existing one. Return is reversing the thing. So this is same process. Nothing. The behavior is same for SAP. So if you go back to the main grant, you will see that it is reversed. I think this is the grant. I believe this is the grant. Yeah, it is now again reversed. So it is reversed. So whatever we added, it is reversed. So same nothing new with the enter amount. You just change the main field from enter to reverse, modify, enter, supplement. The behavior is same. So this is for the reverse. Only one thing was missing. So we did this thing now only. I can just show you quickly. So these are the groups. We'll do this thing in the end because it is nothing but to just make a group and attach the related objects in that. So Fury apps, these are the total Fury apps which are in the deck as well. In the you can find in the deck as well. All Fury apps I have written, and if you want to see how step by step how to run this thing, so it starts with the slide number 89. It has all the details, and one by one it is discussed how to search and run this report. So we can do it just for your reference. So I just mentioned it here in Excel file. And these are some of the standard reports which you can use during GM grant. This one is standard. This one is main. Mainly it's good. It has more, but main one is this one. FMEDDW. This is the main because it has so many filters. So again, these I just took it from the deck. Some of them are discussed in the training material, but others, as I mentioned, for your information. And I will keep adding if I find something interesting and beneficial for us. So I will add this thing in there. So these T codes are there just for your reference. And these Fury apps are in the training material with the steps, detailed steps, how to run this. And so we quickly go through this thing, then we see how to make a group. So for the first one, Fury app, just log into the Fury app. Okay, so problem is some of the Fury app is searching while you are searching, if you copy paste full text, you may not find. So first of all, you just copy the whole thing, paste it, and then just reduce the words in the end. So in that way you will find, because you may find some problem while you are searching. But this one, as it is not coming, so just delete some of the items. It will give you the combination with the grant word. So we have this thing. So this is main grant thing. It will show overall everything. You press go. It will show all the grants with all the details like budget, actual entries one by one. So you can have all this thing like we did yesterday for the AVC control. So I was just pulling out the data for this. It's so there we did for AVC. I think this is the one. So I just write it here. So this is the one we have. So hyperlink, if you click, it will take you into the grant. If you click here, it will show all the tabs. So these tabs are there. Either you scroll down, it will take you the next tab automatically, or you can click this thing. So this is the main grant page. You will find the details, the validity, everything, funds which we attach. So if it's same kind of GM grant T code, you have all the things, sponsor objects, the sponsor classes which we attach, program, everything is there, budget, what we enter it, and most importantly, which is missing in GM grant is the actual one, I believe. So you have that entry details as well for the actuals. So you can, when you click, it will take you the main entry. So as a holistic view, you can use this T code. Yeah, so that is the and report. Then the next report is GM grant. Again, if you copy whole, maybe it will not bring the related Fury app. So just remember that overall is the main key. We have to find when there is a combination. So with my grant, there are three combination. Overall is the main one, which we are looking. So this report, I think that's overall means you can understand it has all the things. It has graphical as well as tabular form. So graphical by default, it is coming like this. You can see graphical. Legends are there. Zero mean consume. Dark brown means blue mean consumable. mm, Dark brown and red is available and consumable. So these are with the we. It is by default chart by grant. So if we go with chart by sponsor, with the sponsor number are there. Again, the legends are there. You can see accordingly, and you can change it with grant sponsor. And in the end, when you see this thing, it will show you the total of all everything. So if you select this thing, it has all the things. So you can download it in Excel form, do your calculation. But if you want like this by grant, but not in graphical, but in tabular form, you click this thing. It will show you that graph in tabular form, and again you can download in Excel form. And the same attributes or any Fury app, if there is a setting button here, in this case it is not there, but in any viewer you can click and add more columns in that. If it is for the search portion, if you want to change the filters, you can always select this and add any of the filter, so it will appear at the above portion. And in this field, if you want to filter something like for any grant, you can just select add filter. And for the grant, like if we just want to filter it with the grant, and like in our case, maybe I have, no, it is not there. Like for the yesterday one, I just want to filter, let's see. Yeah, so select this thing. So all in that whole tabular form, you can find this thing and you can do analysis on this thing. And to remove it, again, go back, go to the main grant and unmark this thing. So this is the same behavior for all the Fury apps, so nothing. And you can save if you want to save, like for the company code 1800, you want to save it, you can save. It has no that filter. We'll check this attribute in some other Fury app. Okay, so going to the third one. So again, it's my grant total contribution. Go here, search my grant total. If it is not coming, so just delete some of the words at the end. So total contribution is there. So this is, I think, for the revenue part, like contribution, how much you receive from the sponsor. Again, you can change with this thing, contribution by sponsor, graphical form. And if you want to see everything in tabular, you can select the last one. And same thing, this graphical thing, if you want to see in tabular, just change with this mode. Press this and it will change you. So that's it. Yeah. Again, filter portion is there. You can filter for this thing. So moving to the next one. It's total overhead, means overhead like we did for IDC yesterday. Let's see if it is bringing something or not. So again, the behavior is same. You can change the thing. If you want to see from grant, sponsor, and here as well. So in all of the Fury apps, if you click on this thing, you will find something like this. So it will give you more some view. So just for the information, you can select in any of the Fury app. Just click on this. This will pop out automatically. Okay, so company code 1800 by default overheads. So this is for yesterday we did IDC. Over I'm just checking the thing that so contribution, grant contribution, what else we have? Grant is this, fund is this is the validity period 100 contribution. So something like this for the overheads as well. So all these reports are same. If you want to see details, you can always, because I have to show the grouping as well before Amy leaves. So these are same thing, nothing different from any of the report. So details you will find in deck 002, FMGM 002. All the Fury apps are they are listed with all the details step by step how to find it and filter the detailed data. So this is done. So now the last thing is to make a grouping. Report portion. These are the three grouping we'll see. So the purpose of these grouping are nothing but to when you are running a report, you don't have to just mention every time any details. You can just select that filter and it has the range. So it will easy for you. So you can see these are the three things. So again, the convention for the SAP is same that anything ending with one means to create, like in this case, one is to create, two is for to change, and three is for the display. So in these two, you can create, and the last one, I don't have right now the access, but we can just view this thing with the three. So first one is the grant group, grant program, although grant program we are not using because we just use one grant group, generic, ending with 42, but this is available. And for the sponsor class, we can make a some group for the classes as well. So for the grant group, we just go there and it is a T code. Okay. So for this one, we have Fury app as well. So this function you can do in Fury app as well. So let's make a one in GUI app slash and go to main page. Okay, if you want to search the already one in the system, like go to display, enter it. So you can see that that all mean that parent and child will come. But if you just want to see the list of the parents, you just select this top node. Yeah. So only the top one will come. This is the one which is already in the system. This time happen. This makes some time. It's better we can create it. Okay, so we are creating something like 1800. Convention is that start with the 1800 because it's related to our company, so you will remember this thing. So we can write D1. So any description you can write, like it's for the grant group. So grant group, anything you can write. So lower level, if you want make more group in this thing, you can write this thing and then add your list of grants. Click this. Now you can add list of grants. Like if you know your grant range, you can write it like this 20,000. So I'm just mentioning that from 20 to 20,000. All will come under this thing. Just press already exists. So, because T1 is already used. That's already exists. Okay. Okay. So you can see that this one already popular. So we will make a new one. Some different name. Save data. No. We can write T1 and today days is 5. So here you have to mention your grant number. You can search with the arrow button as well. But if you have the numbers, you can write it down. So system will pick all the range of this thing. So it will help when you are running any report. So it will not bring any dollar amount here. It is only for the this will help you when you are running any grant related report. So if the mostly there's two fields there. The two just mention the grant number and any group. So it mentioned grant group. So you have to mention this main table node. You can save it like we save it. So this is 1800 T15. Just saved. Let's see. As I mentioned that this one has the Fury app as well. So we go to the Fury app. Okay, so we press this. See whether it is synced or not. So it is there. So we made it there. But here you cannot see the hierarchy. That's the problem. So it's always recommended to use this GUI app to see the hierarchy. And second one is the program. So as we are not using it kind of, but we can just see the procedure is same. Okay, we search it out. Top nodes only. Let's see what we have. We have these two. So same thing, you can create and make any changes if you want to change anything. Last one is group. I don't have access for this before. Let's see it will allow me to do or not. So if I go to display, run this, so it will show the already one VV and same, it's the same, the one I showed you in the first one, how to make groups. Same thing, you can mention the name here, you can add lower level, add this is for the sponsor class. So we can make a grouping for the sponsor class. Again, it is for the reporting purpose. So this may be something good. We can change because it has the old sponsor class. That's why it is there. But the new one, we can make it according to our need for the reporting purpose. So these are only for the grouping. Only 3 of them are discussed in the deck. So that's it. These we already checked. Some of them T codes are there handing, and these are the tabular form which we did yesterday and some of today. So this is all for the grant training module relating to 002 and 004. And that's it. If you have any question, please let me know before we wrap up.
Thanks, Ali.
Thanks, Amy. Celia,
Thank you.
anything from your side, Andrea? Okay, thank you so much, and see you again. Okay, thank you so much. I'm just bye.
Bye.
Bye.